Welcome everybody to episode number 52 of Gaming Culture Radio, formerly known as the Third Sun Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, senior staff writer for XboxCulture.net, joined as always by our co-host, starting with Mike. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. Gonna melt soon, but it's all good.
Yeah, it is. It's summertime. It's getting warm, isn't it? It's a little gross.
Yeah.
But
Gross.
also joining us from the Great White North, where it's not quite so warm.
Speaking of gross, no.
Is staff writer for XboxCulture.net, Graham. How you doing?
I am doing great. I want to know how everyone else is doing because I am doing awesome. We're big weekend coming up. I'm very excited for that. Definitely, I guess we're going to be talking about that. So
we are.
Leave it at that.
E3 is just a couple days away, which is pretty freaking awesome. And the fact that there hasn't been a lot of leaks so far makes it even better. Knock on wood. Yes. So, and finally joining us is staff writer for XboxCulture.net, Eugene. How you doing today?
I'm doing a little bit good and a little bit bad. My vacation's about to end, so my week off work's about to end, and then E3's coming up this weekend, so good and bad.
Yeah. My vacation just started, and E3 is coming up, so I'm doing pretty awesome. So, speaking of awesome, we're happy to announce that as of this morning, when I woke up, this podcast was the number 7 ranked podcast on iTunes in the United States. So
Woo!
I just wanted to say thank you to all of our fans out there for helping support us, and you can continue to do so by not just listening to the podcast, but hitting that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And while you're out there, while you're doing that, go ahead and rate us 5 stars. And if you have any feedback for the show, you'd like to see us do something different, feel free to go on our Facebook page. You can go there at Gaming Culture Radio forums. Look that up and just ask to join. We'll get you approved, and in there you can give us any feedback that you'd like to give us on the show. But the important thing about that is when you join the Gaming Culture Radio forums, you can submit questions to be read on the show, and if they're read on the show, you'll be entered for our giveaways, which next week, gentlemen, are quite a bit. We're giving away over $400 of really cool stuff for E3.
Whoa.
That we've amassed. Between game cards, games themselves, we're giving away a copy of The Surge for PS4. We're giving away a copy of Master Chief Collection for Xbox. We're giving away $25 and $50 cards for both systems. We're giving away money cards for Nintendo Switch.
We're giving away fresh produce.
Yeah, that too. Bananas, and apples. And no tomatoes.
Just because you don't like them.
and a lot of cool gaming memorabilia too. So head on over to the Gaming Culture Radio forums on Facebook. Join there. That is the best way to take part in our cool giveaways that we have, not just for E3, but every single month going through the year. And if you're new to the show, we've had a lot of new listeners join us in the last few weeks. Thank you for listening. Make sure you hit subscribe and follow us on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at Gaming Cult Radio. It's too long to get the whole name in there, but it's at Gaming Cult Radio. Feel free to follow us there and submit questions. And for all your gaming news, head on over to XboxCulture.net and PlayStationCulture.net. We're officially affiliated with those websites and write for those websites as well. So head on over there for all your gaming news as you get ready for E3. It is the best time of the year to be a gamer, other than when all the games actually come out. So,
yes.
With that said, anything else, gentlemen, before we head into news? All the plugs are good?
Let's hit it.
All right, let's head into news. Not a whole lot going on this week. It is kind of like the deep breath before the plunge.
Yes.
But we're going to start with Nintendo Switch. Another kind of disappointing thing for me is their online service has been delayed until 2018, and this brings me back. We debated a while ago, like, should this console come out when it did? And I'm kind of wondering that again, but are you guys disappointed in this?
Yes.
Am I disappointed? No, because I don't have a Switch, and it isn't my thing. But I really think it's kind of in bad taste, and I think they did this backwards. They should not have released this console unless they had the online up and going. You can't have a console without online these days. It's just the way it works.
Yeah.
So this, nah.
So Graham,
I don't have a Switch right now.
Graham, I know you're the ultimate Nintendo defender.
Sure.
Can you defend this?
Listen, I don't understand why this online service has been delayed. Like, this should have been something that should have been nailed and ready at launch, or maybe even a week after, but it should be at launch. Every other system, console, they have online service at launch. And then over time, they improve it. They add things to it. So there's no excuse for Nintendo not starting us off with something. So
Yeah.
Do you remember when Xbox One came out and the party chat was a little glitchy?
A little?
A little bit. I mean, it worked. It worked kind of, but
Kinda.
it wasn't perfect.
It was so bad that me and you switched to 360s on.
I know, but hang on. So let me just get the point out here, okay? So it had its glitches, but the rest of the online service worked fine,
Yeah.
and people had a meltdown.
Yep.
And you know what? Nintendo doesn't have one at all. They don't have online service at all, and everybody just gives them a pass, and I don't understand.
So here's my thing: is whenever they had their Switch event, I think it was back in January. They had their Switch event back in January, and early adopters were kind of made a promise that we would get early access to. And just to clarify, Nintendo does have online. You can play games online, but it is very minimal. It is minimal at best. There's hardly a friends list where you can join up, where you can chat with people, where you can message people. You can barely do anything with their multiplayer service right now. And then on top of it, one of their biggest multiplayer games, Splatoon this year, they released that ridiculous headset they had to link up with to chat with, which it's 2017. Why can't they? I understand where they're coming from, that they don't want to make a Bluetooth headset, that it may drain the battery, but I'm sure they could make some kind of accessory that you can plug in USB where you could use a wireless headset or something.
Yes, they could.
Kind of they could, but they didn't.
How hard is it to put a battery pack on a wire these days, Eugene? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of inexcusable, but to me, it kind of burns me, as I know Tyler, Graham, and me were all early adopters of the Switch. We got it at release, and we're promised that, hey, you're going to get early access to all these multiplayer features that are coming in September, and then everyone else can access them in September for a paid amount. And now they're saying that, months down the line, you're not even going to be able to access all these features. So
and then if they paid for it right away. So
if they are delaying it, they better make it good. They better make it good, and it better have all the features that at least what the Xbox 360 and PS3 had in regards to multiplayer.
You see that they changed their scheme right now for paid online service. Before, we thought you get a game for a month, and after the month, it's gone. But now, basically, you're just going to have, access to all these games. Kind of
it's going to be like Netflix.
Xbox was doing. Yeah, kind of
That's kind of neat.
Same like the Xbox Pass, so...
But when?
When, yeah.
Yeah, when
exactly.
is the question.
When.
Sounds awesome, but when?
Yeah.
But I'm sure
it's kind of like a Sony conference.
Give us a taste of it and let us know what we will get when it finally comes. But yeah, shame on you, Nintendo. Shame on you.
Wow, those are strong words coming.
Those are strong words from Nintendo's greatest fan.
Yes.
But I want you guys to pay attention here. I could go on for 5 minutes trashing the chat that came with the Xbox One when it was still an app. All right, so everybody's fair game. I'm not sitting here, Xbox is the best or anything like that.
No. I mean, and to be fair,
because I'm always trashing Sony because of their E3 presentation, and I'm and I give Nintendo a little bit of guff because their stuff is always half-assed. and
you already went down the rabbit hole. You might as well go.
I stopped. I hit the brakes, man. I hit the brakes. If anything, I tapped the license plate.
All right.
So.
No, you're right. I mean, we're here to be fair, and I think it's fair to call Nintendo out on this. And if Graham thinks it's fair to call Nintendo out, then it's definitely fair.
Yeah.
So
we're not saying we're not Nintendo fans, but we're saying we're disappointed as Nintendo fans.
Three of us bought the Switch on day one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I still love my Switch. I'm still buying games for it. Haven't been playing them too much, but no regrets.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I can still program in C+ and Pascal. If you gave me a Pascal compiler with updated libraries right now, I could probably write. No, Pascal wouldn't be able to do voice. With C, I could probably write everything that Nintendo would need for it to work in 3 days.
Well, I will give you Miyamoto's email, and you can send him an email and just put an application.
Hey,
no,
might work.
No,
Right.
because then something will go wrong and it'll be all my fault.
Yeah.
So
they'll blame it
You're
on
the
you.
chosen
You'll be the scapegoat.
yes. So let's move on to a console that's actually probably going to deliver on what it promised. The Xbox Scorpio, which we're going to hear all about this weekend at E3. Finally, in literally 3 days, we're going to know the answer to all the biggest questions about it, including what it's actually called.
Yep.
But we're so used to calling it Scorpio. I kind of just hope it's called Scorpio at this point. But
Yeah,
That's
right.
what a lot of people say, but there's no way they're going to stick
No,
to
there's
their
no way.
code name.
there's no. It is a cool code name though. It's better than
probably
like.
gonna-
It's so much better than like Project Durango and the other ones they've had. Like Scorpio's actually cool. But
yeah.
anyway, Microsoft's released 2 new ads for their E3 conference, and both have contained some hidden messages in them. The first one, if you look closely, you'll see a box, and on it there's a code which reads X105101-317, which some people have taken to interpret it might be a hidden message that X105 can stand for how they refer to the console internally.
I bet you anything. Real quick,
Yeah.
bet you anything that's not a 5 and it's an S.
It might be an S, and they think it might be an S. It's either a 5 or an S.
Xbox
You're right.
One, one, and then
Yeah.
S for Scorpio.
S, yep. Yep. So,
All right, go ahead.
and then it's 101-317, which you can easily break down into 10, 13, 17. October 13th, 2017, which, by the way, is a Friday, the day that consoles are always released. So we could be getting this thing on October 13th, which kind of falls in between some of the predictions that were made. Some people predicting it to come out in August. Some were predicting it in November, which is more the usual for them. But what do you think? What do you think about October 13th? Is that a good time?
It's good for me. I mean, they will not be ruining Thanksgiving this year with everybody having a month to play the thing before they put it down. You know, but that's a good as time as any because all the big games are coming out. You know, damn good and well that they're going to have Scorpio versions. The one leak that I heard was that there are 8 games that are going to be available at launch for it.
8 games.
8 games. Yep. So let me ask you guys this question: if you are head of Microsoft Studios, or you're Phil Spencer, do you hold Forza until October 13th if this is the actual day?
No. What you do at E3 is you announce the Forza when it normally comes out, and you release it for the regular Xbox One, and then you also say, well, come release day of the Scorpio, the Forza version for the Xbox One Scorpio will be available, and maybe they give you some kind of deal where if you trade in your old one, we'll give you $30 credit.
Well, they won't be separate games. It'll just be like a download update.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to mention. You probably just put the disc into Scorpio.
There you go. That makes even more sense because maybe they'll say,
then
on 10/13, we appreciate you buying the Scorpio. We're going to give you the download key for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they made it very clear. Like, there are not going to be games ever that are just for Scorpio. So it's not like you're going to buy the Scorpio version or the Xbox One S version. You're going to buy the game, and it'll work on both.
And they're not going to charge you for an updated or an upgraded version either.
Yeah,
it's just
I had a brain for it.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. I'm just clearing that up for everybody out there.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of like buy Madden 360 and then all of a sudden you can get it for the one and then.
Right,
they kind of did the same thing with the PS4, like GameStop and other promoters, other retailers rather, had a trade-in program where you could trade in your games and for like $10 get upgraded. But here's what I think is that all the major titles for the Scorpio, if it's going to release on a Friday because that's console day. Yep. Yeah, I really think they should. If you guys remember from whenever the Xbox One released and even when the PS4 released, they released all the titles the Tuesday before. And even all the accessories.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
Yeah, I was able to buy the accessories. I was able to buy the games, and all I had to do was on launch day was to actually buy the console, and I had everything ready to go. So I hope they do that this time around, where it kind of gives us a little bit of instant gratification that we have the games, we have the accessories. We just need to pick up our consoles.
You know the coolest thing will be is that you'll actually be able to plug in the game on your Xbox that you have now, and play it, and then just play the better version on Friday. Yeah.
So
I like go ahead, Graham. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was gonna say about buying all this stuff before, and what if you can't get a Scorpio, and then you're stuck staring at the game or the accessory, right?
Here's the deal, man. The best thing you can do is on Sunday, be sitting there ready to go on Amazon on your app or on your laptop or desktop or whatever, and pre-order the damn thing the moment that they announce it, because Amazon will have it up probably within 15 minutes of the announced release date and price.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Starting to get excited here.
Yep. So if you pre-order it, then Amazon doesn't charge you till it ships. So it's not like you have to have the whatever amount of money it's going to be. Yeah. That right now it's in on that day that it ships. So that's the best strategy to go with, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Mm-hmm. So also Walmart, if they are consistent with what they've been doing lately. Yeah, they did it with Xbox One, they did it with PS4 and with the Switch. They'll have kind of like a layaway program where you can pre-order
and pay towards it.
They had a great
pre-order program last go around.
Yeah, and you just so easy. Pay towards it whenever you want up until release day and then pick it up. So those are the two best ways to go if you don't want to shell out all the money right away. So
yeah, and we'll know how much money soon enough.
So possible we could be getting this thing in October instead of November, which would be pretty cool. And the other video kind of took a little jab at Sony, which, normally I think the jabs back and forth sometimes get really childish, but you know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. Sony does so much more of it that when Xbox does it, it's kind of like you asked for it.
It's very subtle.
It was very subtle, but in the video, if you look closely, there's like a Ferris wheel, and then off to the left of the Ferris wheel, you'll see 6 is greater than 4. And which refers to the 6 teraflops on the Xbox Scorpio versus the 4 teraflops on the PS4 Pro.
Oh.
So it's
Phil Spencer.
I know.
Gauntlet.
I know, dad jokes, right?
Yep.
But little jabs left back and forth are kind of good. And Xbox has gotten a little more aggressive, especially last year. They really went on the offensive with like backwards compatibility and things like that, where they talked about, we don't want to make you pay for the same game twice, which is a direct shot at Sony for making you pay for PlayStation Now to play a game that you might have purchased in the past. So, it all goes back to 2013 when I thought, Sony had a great conference, no doubt about it, but I thought they got childish. With like, this is how you trade games on this is how you share games on the PS4.
Video. That's such a fun. I love that video.
It was so like below the belt.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious at the time. You got it.
It was, but it was so below the belt. Like Microsoft was already down. Like Microsoft had knocked themselves out because Don Matrick got up there and it was like TV, Call of Duty, and it was over already. It was over the moment they announced $500.
Yeah,
and then Sony comes out and they just jab, and then they throw in things like that. Like, this is how you share games on PlayStation 4, and it's just juvenile at a certain point. So, but that was my take. But I like the jabs back and forth a little bit. I think it's healthy competition, and it kind of indicates that, we've got 2 pretty good consoles right now. Mm-hmm. It's not a situation anymore where one's far superior to the other.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of surprises.
I do too. I can't wait for this E3.
I do too.
And I love the fact that they're keeping it quiet. I just hope it lasts a couple more days. So, all right. Speaking of keeping things quiet, Hideo Kojima has confirmed that Death Stranding will not be at E3. Surprise, because the game's probably not coming out for 3 years. So they won't have the huge, parade and band and everything for him this year.
I don't think any of us is surprised about this news, because I didn't expect to see it. It's been quiet for a while, and I think that's how it's going to be for a bit.
Well, last year at E3, he had an entrance that rivaled The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I mean, it's it was like this huge thing for a game, and they showed video of it, and it was cool. But it's a game that's not coming out for years.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't even bring up the Video Game Awards, what they did to him.
Oh, I know.
Did for him.
I know.
Yeah.
They almost turned him into a deity at the Video Game Awards.
Which I love Hideo Kojima and I love Metal Gear Solid, but it was a little bit much. So until I see gameplay and until I see like a tentative release date, then just put it aside. Put it aside.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch a TV show like back in the day when you were a kid, and if they did something embarrassing or on a TV show, whatever, you just sort of like put your hand over your face and just kind of like look through your fingers and
Yes.
stuff, kind of like different strokes and stuff like that. You know, something would do something really freaking stupid and like get caught for it. That's basically how I was watching that video game awards thing with him. I was like, oh no.
Oh, I know.
Oh no.
It was such a gush fest. It was like,
Old
and
Jim
there's no
Gotti.
question. Hey, there's no question. This guy's one of the best game developers ever.
Yeah,
But he's not a deity. Okay, so he's free from Konami, which is awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Death Stranding. But Eugene, I'm 100% with you. Until you're ready to show me gameplay and a release date, I don't want to see the game again.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
All right. Moving on to a game that we will see this year, just not as much of it as on other consoles. FIFA 18 on Switch won't run on the Frostbite engine, and it's not going to include the campaign that was introduced last year.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
this is
you
going to
know,
upset
are
a lot
you
of
guys-
FIFA fans.
Are you guys really surprised that it's
No.
not going to run the Frostbite engine?
No, not at all.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not.
I am a little bit surprised because, I mean, whenever they announced FIFA at the Switch event, they're like, they couldn't give it FIFA 18. They couldn't give it the 18 title. And then later on in the year, they're like, okay, it is actually FIFA 18. And people got really excited, like, oh, this is a full-fledged FIFA game. And then they come back a few months down the line and, well, it's actually going to be a dumbed-down version of FIFA 18. It's not going to have the campaign, and it's not going to have Frostbite. And that's two of the main components of a great, EA game. So
Right.
they're taking away two key features of an EA game, and I think it's disappointed fans, true FIFA fans at least.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, for sure.
What told the tale for me was Switch, and I bought it. So, and I'm probably gonna pick up Mario Kart 8 next week. Actually, get some playing on that. But
It's a fun game.
but at the same time, what told the tale for me was when they asked the guys at Respawn, "Are you going to put out Titanfall 2 or not Titanfall? I'm sorry, not Respawn, but Bungie. Are you going to put out Destiny 2 on Switch?" And their response was laughter.
Yeah.
And saying there is no possible way this could ever handle this game. That kind of told the tale of what we're looking at here as far as discrepancy of power. Now, we've talked about in the past on the podcast that people buy the Nintendo console for different reasons, and that's cool.
Yep.
And that's fine. I still think we have to hold it to the same standard, but because they're asking the same amount of money for the games. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't expect to see the full FIFA 18. I'm not surprised by this at all. Because
neither.
FIFA 18, as far as sports games goes, is one of the deeper games.
Yeah.
So
And to be honest with you, playing every year, I don't, when it switched to Frostbite, I didn't notice a massive difference, you know. So I really wouldn't be worried about it if you want to get it for the Switch. I mean, I didn't even play the storyline in FIFA 17 at all because it's not the thing I like. But I really wouldn't worry about it, you know.
Well, I think the important thing is that it's really fun online. Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh damn.
Jab.
Next piece of news.
Speaking of the next kind of kick in the nuts out there for everybody that was excited, Shenmue 3. If you donated money 2 years ago at E3, God bless you.
Uh-huh.
But this game has been officially delayed until the second half of 2018. We talked about it last week, how we first heard news that they were not going to show it at all at E3, which raised red flags for us because this game was targeted to come out in, Eugene, December of this year?
Yeah, December this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we called it last week. We said there's absolutely no way this game's coming out in December if they're not ready to show it at E3. And that was confirmed just a couple days ago when they announced that this game has been delayed until the second half of 2018. Does this raise a red flag for anybody? Does this sound like Last Guardian to anybody?
No, you know what? This is honestly, it's just par for the course. I'm not surprised at all. I don't feel either way about it. It's just, oh wow, you know, what's new?
Eugene, I want to hear your opinion on this because you're more the fan of this type of game.
So, is it to the extent of Last Guardian? No, I don't think so. But I mean, a lot of people put money into this game. I think it raised about $6 million on Kickstarter.
Yes.
They made a lot of promises that, the tentative release date's 2017. You're going to get a digital copy if you donate now. So I'm sure a lot of fans are mad about this. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because I figured. But I have a strong feeling this is going to be another Mighty Number 9 where it is going to flop. That I don't see this being a great game. I don't think it's a game. I don't know if you guys ever played Shenmue or Shenmue 2 when it was released on Xbox. It is a great story-driven game, but I don't think it meets the audience of today's demand.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it.
Cool. Let's move on.
All right.
To another disaster.
One disaster to the other.
I know it's like negative week here, but For Honor has lost 95% of its players on Steam since launch.
Ouch.
That is not good. However you want to spin it.
Nope.
But
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I'm gonna say this. All right, I give the people who made this game my hat tip. I realize that it's one-dimensional in a lot of ways because there's not a lot of different modes. Basically, you're going in there to you're going to fight one person or you're going to fight a couple people, and that's all you're going to do is you're going to PvP. I mean, even the storyline is it's basically the same thing, teaching you how to PvP. So, and it's hard. You have to really put some time into the game to get used to it and get good at it. And maybe that 5% whatever just got really freaking good and just turned off, all the people who thought that they were just going to go in and roll their faces over their keyboards and win, and that's just how it went. And maybe Ubisoft that 2 weeks everything was out, they just screwed the pooch on this one. I don't know because it's too bad because it is a solid game and.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
I'm seeing somebody. Thank you.
Okay, sure. But you're a fan of this game, and you like the game, you like the mechanics, and you like the idea of it.
Yes.
When's the last time you played it?
I haven't played it in forever. This is one of those.
You're the 95%.
Yep.
This is one of those games where I prefer to watch than play, because kind of like Dark Souls 3. Because for some reason I lost the touch with Dark Souls 3 because I go nuts in 2 and 1 and just have my way with everything, and for some reason with 3 I don't, and so I haven't played Dark Souls 3 or For Honor in forever, but I really like watching other people play it on Twitch and stuff.
You probably wouldn't want to watch me playing it because you'd probably pull your hair out.
But that proves my point is that there's a lot of people out there, though, that say that this game's great, this game's fun, but they don't play it anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. But you know what? Look at my tendencies, too. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then I'm like, hey, we're going to play some hockey,
Yeah,
and it ends up being hockey. So,
right.
But then again, I just picked up ESO again and started playing that, so.
The thing is, when you're a game like that, you have to do enough to become the primary game for enough players. You know what I mean? Like the game that people go to every day. And it seems like it's the type of game that's fun to play, but it's not anybody's primary game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. Because even having lockables, you can roll for weapons and all kinds of stuff,
Yeah, because Call of Duty does that. They become people's primary game. Destiny does it. Battlefield does it. Titanfall to an extent. Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Did it. Some sports games do it, but this game just didn't, and it's unfortunate because I agree with you. Like when I played it, I enjoyed it, but I don't feel this large pull to go back to it.
You know why? Because honestly, Tyler, we're in that phase where we're just lazy gamers. That's all there is to it right now.
I don't know about that because there's some games I'm really looking forward to. Like I see myself playing a crap ton of Destiny 2 this fall.
Okay.
I see myself.
Hey Tyler.
Yeah.
What have you played in the last week besides Halo Master Chief and NHL?
Dirt 4, a lot of it.
Well, that's
because I ran the review for it.
But I mean, let's before then.
But we're in
we're both
in the
looking at each
dead
other
zone
going,
right. Yeah, but we're in the dead zone right now too.
But
so.
we're not. But we're not, because between the two of us, if you look at our thing, we got over 350 games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's just the lazy gamer syndrome. That's all.
But the thing is, like, because of the people I play with and the game itself, a game like NHL has earned at least my being one of my go-to games. Halo has done the same thing. A game like For Honor hasn't, and it's unfortunate because for whatever reason it just hasn't for enough people to keep the player base up. So it's too bad because it was a really cool principle, and I was hoping it would do a lot better than it did, but unfortunately
maybe I'll just make myself play it a little bit just to chime in my thing online so they get a little bit better numbers.
There you go. All right, wrapping up news this week. Some moron, stole a set of files for Cyberpunk 2077 from CD Projekt Red and is demanding ransom for them, or they'll release them online. First of all, these files, according to CD Projekt Red, are old, like very old, and are like from the very beginning of development, and no longer represent the game as it stands right now. Second, these people are idiots. And if you're demanding money for something like that, go get a job. And third, I can tell you for this podcast at least, and I know a lot of people on Xbox Culture.net feel the same way. For this podcast, though, I'll state that if you release it, we're not going to report on it. We're not even going to talk about it.
Nope.
Because what you want is attention. And we're not going to get
sure they'll find it somewhere, but it ain't going to be here.
I mean, what's their goal? What's their goal? Are they trying to show us how great of a game that it's going to be? Because we already know it's going to be a great game.
Yeah. No, they want money. They want quick money.
Yeah, I mean, that's all they're going for. And what country is CD Projekt Red based out again? Is it Finland? Poland. Yep. Poland is going to go after whoever stole these files. Because that is Poland's game. Like Poland, the entire country of Poland is behind CD Projekt Red. They've always been. The Witcher 3 got them a lot of publicity, and I think they even helped finance the game and finance the company.
Well, plus it's like the only major game developer in Poland, and they're awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a source of national pride, for that country.
Kind of like New Zealand and Lord of the Rings. You walk into a bar, Lord of the Rings sucks. You what, mate?
Yeah, I will go knock you out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Verbally.
So, yeah, this is not a winning battle for the people who are sitting there and give me money or whatever. Because one, nobody cares until it's released. Two, it's just files. It's probably just nothing. Like you said, it could be just drawings on a napkin.
Yeah.
Three, people don't want to play that game with like a company like CD Projekt Red, who has been nothing but thankful to their customer base and has done everything they possibly could to put out the greatest product that they could with Witcher 3. So I don't think that's gonna happen for them.
And they've already said, CD Projekt Red has already stated that they've changed the entire scale of Cyberpunk 2077 to be much bigger because of the success of Witcher 3 and the expectations that surround that studio now. So they understand what they've accomplished, and they're trying to push it even further with an entirely different type of game, which I think is awesome. And for some douchebag to come in and try to ruin it, we're not going to... If you release it, go for it. We're not going to talk about it on this show.
Nope.
So, if somebody else to report it, they can. And give you the attention that you apparently so badly need, then they can, but we're not going to. So, anything else, guys?
Nope.
All right, that's going to do it for all the news that we have this week.
Seeing how this weekend is the beginning of E3, it's not surprising to see not much in the new releases department for next week, but there are some to be enjoyed across all consoles, so here they are. First, we have a title that will be releasing on all three of the major consoles. So far, we have not seen many games that have been released for all three major consoles, but here's hoping that will be changing soon. and the title that I'm referring to is Cars 3, Driven to Win. Little play on words, kind of like that. And this game will be releasing on June 13th for Xbox One, PS4, and the Nintendo Switch. Now, our next release will be on the 14th, and will be released for Xbox only, and that title is Air Missions Hind, or capital H, capital I, capital N, capital D, whatever you want to call it. And there you go. And on the following day of the 15th, we have the Xbox One game Tour de France, which that sounds like it's just a barrel of fun. And
without the steroids.
Yeah, well, I thought the game came with steroids. Oh, that's not.
Oh man, that's sold separately.
Oh, okay. So
extra DLC. Yes,
steroids sold separately. And on that day, also we have a PS4 game, which is Pixel Heroes Bite and Magic. And then to finish off next week's new releases, we have another Nintendo Switch title. Look at them; they're just coming out all over the place. Yeah, right. And this is a title that we knew was coming from the get-go when we heard of the Nintendo Switch. And this title is ARMS. Now, for those wondering, this is a game that was built from the ground up to display the Switch's motion control capabilities. Or lack thereof, but we'll see. So, that's all I got. Got that stuff out of the way, so let's throw it on over to Mike and hear what deals are waiting. Catch the mic.
All right, brothers and sisters. Wait, somebody say something?
Go ahead.
All right, brothers and sisters, we can get through this really, really fast today. Xbox Live Games Gold for June. We start off with Speedrunners. I'm hearing good things about this game. It's available to download now. June 16th, you get Watch Dogs.
I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, I'm real excited about that. Woo! Starting on right now, you on Xbox 360, which is playable on Xbox One, you get Assassin's Creed 3, and June 16th, you get Dragon Age Origins. Also available from the 1st to the 30th is the DLC for that one game. I can't read. Phantom Dust. Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking at the box. I'm looking at the boxes, and it's really hard to read. All right, so scoot over to PlayStation real quick. You got Killing Floor 2. Life is Strange, Abyss Odyssey, World Rally Championship 5, Neon Chrome, and Spy Chameleon. So make sure you get Life is Strange, because that is all the episodes. And
fantastic game.
Excellent game. So with that being said, we're going to get to the deals, and there's not a lot, because it usually gets a little slow when E3 shows up. All right, so this is a really good one. And it will also be available starting June 11th from Best Buy. And it is Rocket League plus a 3-month Xbox Live membership. Right now you can get it at game.co.uk for £14.99. So that's a really, really, really deal. Yeah. Hell, you know what, Tyler? I may pick one of those up and throw it in for the giveaways. We'll see. Because that's just easy. That's just money. Xbox One digital XCOM 2, $30 right now on the Xbox Store. This now before you go. Refurbished. Refurbed Xbox Elite controller, $80 via Best Buy. Now here's the thing. All these Elite controllers are going to have the left stick drift fixed on them. Yep. So, and you can get the insurance from Best Buy, which is, you could throw the controller across the street, use it as a boat anchor. You could do whatever you want with it and take it back to Best Buy and get a replacement.
Right.
So that is actually a better idea than buying a brand new one at this point. So, if you really, really want to get one, go. Also, CD Key still has the $50 Xbox gift card for $41.79 with the 5% off CD Key's Facebook promo code. So that's free money. PlayStation. Sony PlayStation VR headset is $340 at Sears, of all places.
What?
Yeah. Sears. The VR headset, PlayStation 340.
Well, it's probably the last place you go look for it, right? So they're
Yeah,
probably
like
the one that has
Radio
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Radio Shack, pretty much. I got this one for you, Grammy. God of
What
War
you got?
Pre-order. $49.96 loonies instead of $79.99. Walmart Canada.
Wait,
Wow.
God of War order?
Yeah, there's going to be some kind of war going on during E3 between Amazon and Walmart. So pay attention, Grammy, because all the pre-orders are going to start at $49.96.
Wow, that's pretty. Wow. That's really good.
So get your Looney card out and get ready.
Oh, I got
And
my Looney card.
lastly, is the Sony PS4 camera plus a DualShock 4 wireless controller for $69.99 at Newegg.
Not bad.
There is absolutely nothing for Switch besides pre-orders or stock watch.
No Sears deals?
No Sears
No
deals,
Sears
man.
deals.
Come on,
I
Sears.
saw that. I'm like, Sears?
Get some Switches in stock, Sears.
I know. I used to love Sears because that's where I go. Because we had one. Steve knows this. Right down at the Orange Mall, right down the street from where Steve lives, we had a Sears, and they also had tire place. That Sears ran and everything like that. And I'd always go get my tires over there because you got like a 4-year warranty on them. But the Sears has gone down the drain, man. It is one of those things that.
I bought my washer and dryer from Sears last year.
Right? Yeah.
Sears is hurting. It's just not the first place you think of when you think like gaming console.
Mhm.
No,
but it's always good to have these little places in mind, though, because
Yep.
when something gets released, everyone goes to the GameStops or the Best Buys. So if you know about these other ones,
Yeah.
even
So when the
Toys R Us is a good
when the
spot.
SNES Mini comes out, go to Sears instead of Walmart or GameStop.
There you go.
Yeah.
And get an extra one for me, and I will pay for it.
All right.
And Grammy's good for it. Don't even worry.
He is. All right. That's it, Mike. That's all you got?
That's all I got, brother.
All right. Let's move into our E3 prediction segment. So there we're going to go. We're going to go roundtable format. And we're each going to have 3 predictions that are kind of legit, and then one that's sort of a reach that probably won't happen, but we'd love to see it anyway. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Graham.
This one, it's probably not too big of a stretch, but I'm going to say with the Mega Man Legacy Collection being announced for Xbox and PlayStation 4 and Steam, I think there's going to be a complete Mega Man Legacy Collection that spans right from Mega Man 1 all the way up to Mega Man 10 for the Nintendo Switch. I think it kind of makes sense that this is going to happen, but we'll see.
Okay.
Hold up. There is a Mega Man Collection 2 coming out.
Yes, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what he's talking
for
about.
the Switch. That's what I'm talking about. But this is not just going to be 2. This is going to cover all of them, right? It's going to be the Legacy 1,
I mean,
Legacy
there's
2,
Mega Man 1
all
goes from
together.
1 to 10 right now, and then there's another collection coming out that I don't know what they're putting in there, but it's
No,
No. The first one is 1 to 6, and the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is 7 to 10.
That's
oh,
correct.
okay, all right, okay. Because I have 10 on my Xbox, I believe. Yeah, I do, and I guess all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Trust me. I wrote up a
I
news
believe it.
article on
I
this,
absolutely
so
believe it because the Switch can handle it.
you can
Yeah.
check it out on Xbox Culture.
You guys may even get like Defender and Asteroids too.
Maybe. Who's up next?
Was that all yours, Graham?
Well, no, we're doing roundtable, so
Sure,
one at a time.
Okay. I'll go next. All right.
All right.
So one of my predictions, my normal predictions, Sony will announce the PS5 with specifications to combat the Scorpio, and it will have some sort of mobile gaming gimmick to combat the Switch, and they will mention 4K Blu-ray like 10 times because it should have 4K Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think? 10 teraflops, Eugene? Give us a teraflop number.
I think they're gonna go with 8 is greater than 6.
Yeah, you gotta out teraflop. That's the
Shuhei's
game
gonna
now.
come on stage and he's gonna have like some blocks, and on one side there's gonna be 8, and on one side there's gonna be 6, and he's going to ask some other Sony executive, like, "Hey, which side has more?" And the person's going to say 8. And that's how they're going to handle the announcement.
Well, there we go.
1, 2, 3 teraflops. Ha ha ha.
And he'll talk like the count.
The final count. That'd be perfect. All right,
He'll
Mike.
punch him like Super Mario.
Mike, what you got?
Okay, all right. I believe because of price drops that have been happening with the Elite controller and all those deals that are going on, I believe that there's going to be an updated Xbox controller. I do.
Okay.
A new version of the Elite that's just a little bit better than the old Elites.
And the
I think they're
left
going
stick
to
don't
introduce
break.
that.
Can I have a follow-up question to that?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
There's no rules.
Do you think the Elite will be compatible with Scorpio? Like if I already
Yes.
paid $150,
Yes.
it'll be
Absolutely.
Yes.
They've already said all
100%.
accessories are
All
compatible.
accessories.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
Yep.
I think they, how long has the Elite been out for, Tyler?
Well, it's been out for a while now.
It's been out
2
for
years?
2 years.
Okay,
Pretty sure I got it on day
I'm
1.
pretty sure they learned their lesson with the shoddy, stick drift and everything like that. I'm figuring that they'll probably be using some better parts, maybe some actual metal parts, and I think they're going to come out with a newer controller back up at the $150 range, because you can get right now you on Amazon, it's either Amazon or Target, you can get a brand new Elite for $115. So
Yeah, 'cause I'll tell you, I love my Elite controller aside from the left stick thing.
Mhm.
See, and I don't have the stick drift issue. I just have
I
the
do.
issue of like playing like NHL. My sticks fly off, like because they don't hold on.
What?
See, I don't.
Seriously.
I don't have that at all.
I've never had
Yeah,
that.
my sticks actually will like especially my left one. Like I'll push on it real hard, and like the stick will come loose. Like the magnet will come loose. That's my only
Weird.
issue.
You have issues.
Yeah, I
You're a little
broke mine.
aggressive there.
I know,
Playing
freaking
it, but I didn't.
I don't have any drifting issues
I
though.
ripped it off.
Grammy breaks controllers playing NHL.
Yeah, mine's
I
the
bro-
left stick issue. But other than that, man, I love the feel. I love the weight of it. I love the total feel of the controller. Is
Yeah.
awesome. And other than it ordering the Star Wars collection for me one night, that's when I had the paddles in there, and they were all mapped to A, and I set it down, and
Yeah.
it just kept hitting A over and over and
Yeah.
over, and somehow it ordered
Buy,
the
buy,
entire
buy,
yeah
buy.
it did. It ordered like the entire Star Wars movie collection, the entire saga for like $100. I'm like, oh god. So I had to call and I got a refund right away. But that was good because it was such a strange story. Like, how can they not believe you?
Yeah, for sure.
So.
All right, Tyler.
all right,
what's your
for me,
prediction?
Eugene, I'm gonna be similar to yours here. I do think Sony's gonna announce PlayStation 5. However, I don't think they're gonna announce any specs. I think they're gonna just try to get everybody hyped up
To say
around the
the
idea
best.
of PlayStation
I think
5.
they have to.
I don't think they will. I think they're gonna keep it under wraps, and because here's the reason why. I don't think it either can't be as powerful as Scorpio, or there's no way they're gonna be able to combat the price. Because I
Right.
think Microsoft is willing to. They'll take a loss on this thing. I think if they have to
Uh-huh.
get the upper hand here, and Sony can't, because Sony they depend on the PlayStation division to make profit for them, and Microsoft doesn't necessarily depend as much on Xbox to do the same. So I don't think they're going to be as clear about it. I think they'll announce it to get their fan base excited, so they don't go buy a Scorpio. But I don't think we're going to go. I don't think we're going to see a lot of specs, and I don't think we're going to see a lot of details. about it.
Okay, I got kind of a follow-up question. And
Mhm.
do you think there's any chance that Sony will not mention PlayStation 5 at all, or do you think this is pretty
They
much
can't.
what they got to do and they're going to do?
I think they have to.
Yeah.
So you guys would be really
So-
surprised.
So
if
here's my
not
here's my other thing
PlayStation 5.
too. If they announce it and they don't have the same compatibility that Microsoft is offering,
Well, they're not going to have
so
backwards
you're gonna,
compatibility.
yeah, they're not going to have backwards
Know that.
compatibility. They've already talked about that. So are you going to tell all these gamers that have invested all this money in a PS4 for the last 5 years or 4 years that your console is now obsolete and your games are obsolete as of next year and they will not work on the new system, when for Microsoft, arguably anything I bought since 2005 will work on it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'd be really surprised if they didn't have backwards compatible from PS4 to PS5. But now I don't think we'll see PS3 or anything older. But I'd be super surprised if there's no cross between PlayStation 4 and 5.
But what indication have we seen that would? What have we seen from them that would indicate that they would do that?
They have to compete with Microsoft.
And PS4 is not that old. Like, you're just gonna upset people that have all these games.
Here's the thing, though. Sony tries to manage the conversation rather than reacting to fan want. And what I mean by that is they've decided they can't do backwards compatibility, so they just come out and say nobody wants it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want EA access on their system because it's a competitor to PlayStation Now. So they come out and say it's not a good value.
Yeah.
They try to manage the conversation rather than reacting to what fans actually want. So
I would say that's a big mistake then if they do that.
Mm-hmm. I want to see that change. And if they change that and they adapt and they actually start reacting to fan wants, then hey, I'll sit here Monday night when we do the podcast for Sony and praise them up and down. Mm-hmm. But I don't see it. The track record's not there. So Sony has a track record of telling fans what they want to play. And their fans all stand up and like hold their head and cry. And great, because it's awesome that they're that excited. But that's the track record that Sony has. So I want to see that change a little bit and react more to where the industry is going. Because for all its faults, the Xbox One was at least future looking. You know, they were future focused, whereas Sony was more like, this is how it's always been. And to be fair, Sony's adjusted more towards where the Xbox One was originally than vice versa.
Yes.
And pretty outside of the Xbox. Looks like a 1980s VCR.
Right, but you know what I mean, though. Like, in terms of, like, features and all the digital games and all that type of thing.
Yeah.
The industry's going that way.
Yeah.
So, because now, like, I mean, I'm like a Blu-ray movie collector. I know I'm one of the last, I'm the exception now. Most people buy their movies digitally.
Uh-huh.
So,
I've got to have physical.
Yeah. So you and me are the exception, though. A lot of people buy them digitally.
Yeah.
And people want things digitally now because it's easier. And I love having my game library digitally right there. So I can just switch to any game without having to get up. It's
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, I see people say all the time on the message boards and stuff, if it doesn't support ultraviolet, I'm not interested.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's where we're headed. So I want to see Sony react to market demand rather than trying to define it. And that's what I really want to see them at the core. I'm not anti-Sony. I just want to see them do that. And I'll celebrate it up and down. So, but anyway, let's move on to the next round. Graham, what's your second one?
My second one will be Bethesda. Bethesda is going to have something ready to play that day. And I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, but I'm thinking it's going to be something like in the realm of Fallout Shelter, but it's going to be like based on Skyrim. That's where I'm leaning.
Something small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they're going to have some great announcements. I'm sure they're going to like blow everyone away with their announcements, and I'm so excited to see the Bethesda conference.
Mm-hmm. Bethesda.
Okay. Mike, Bethesda. I'm very proud. That's awesome.
Bethesda.
Yay!
Bethesda.
Let's hear your prediction, Mike.
Muscle memory. Bethesda.
Eugene, you went second, didn't you, last time?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Ahead.
Okay. So my next one is a Microsoft one.
Okay.
Microsoft will announce the Scorpio with some kind of unique gimmick, such as VR or full Windows support on the system.
I would say full Windows support is probably the more viable option.
I think that one's a given.
I don't think we're going to see VR with the Scorpio.
I actually do.
I mean any kind of gimmick.
Yeah.
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 Like it can't just be a console.
Right. Okay, I'm with you there.
Just so you know, was it today or yesterday? Microsoft.
I don't want to hear it.
No rumors.
It's not a rumor.
Okay, go ahead.
Patented the term. It's not virtual reality. It's something reality.
Augmented.
Augmented.
No, not augmented. It's something that's it's like real reality or something like that. I can't remember the word they use. So they're just putting their toe in the water right now. So I don't know. I'm not so sure that we'll see any VR stuff.
Maybe not.
But ultimately, what it comes down to is I don't think it'll just be just a standard sit on your couch with a controller gaming box. There's going to be something. I think maybe it'll have where you can access it like a computer, full Windows support, or some kind of VR, or some other kind of
kind of interface. Yeah,
it could be mobile. Could be mobile support.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. Let me before you guys stumble upon my next prediction. Let me give the prediction real quick.
All right.
Okay.
I believe that one of the things that's going to come with Scorpio is going to be full keyboard and mouse support. However, I think there's going to be stipulations to this. I think there'll be just basically a check mark where the developer can turn it off and on in their games. I do not believe that in any of the FPSs you will be able to use the keyboard.
No.
I believe that will not be allowed. But I do believe in games like City Skylines, you will be able to use the keyboard and mouse. Or if you're watching Twitch, whatever.
Or like Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but if you go into Destiny or Call of Duty, you can't use it. Period. End of story for gameplay.
Okay. All right. Mine. This one's Microsoft related. We have seen and heard a lot about Cuphead, except very recently. So they've gone completely silent about this game for the last 3 months, which is why I think I'm going to predict that they're going to show the game and then they're going to announce that it's available that day on Sunday.
I hope so.
Either that, and let me amend that for a second. Either that, or it's going to be the headliner for their new, what they used to call that, Summer of Games or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And it'll be a couple weeks after, Inside was last year, on the 20. Inside came out the very end of June. Mm-hmm. So it'll be one of those two, but we'll get it either day of or very shortly after E3.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can get down with that.
Graham.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay.
Grammy.
What is going to be my third one? All right, I'll go with safe route. Unravel 2 will be announced.
Nice.
And it will be keeping with the same price point as before. I think that was a great price. That means it doesn't have to be a huge game with lots of levels, but basically around the same size, maybe a few extra levels. So I think they'll keep the same price, and I will pre-order it right away, and as soon as it's released, I will be playing it.
I'm going to tell you, man, in my opinion, Unravel, the first one, was one of the best $20 games you can get in current generation.
I still need to play it.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
For $20, it is phenomenal.
That game was awesome. So much fun.
Keep in mind, the stupid Ghostbusters top-down game is $50.
Was. They can't give it away now.
Yeah.
But Unravel, was $20, and it's such a good game.
Yeah.
But I was shocked. I mean, honestly, I would have paid double. After I played it, I would have paid double for it. So...
Well, if you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
I might marry the second one. Eugene.
All right. So, hey, I don't want to develop discussion out of this, but on my last prediction about Microsoft announcing the Scorpio, I meant to say also as well, it will be $399. I don't want to having a discussion about that.
My friend. Oh, my friend.
$399. So my third prediction is Nintendo. Nintendo will have a Pokemon Switch title this November. And then Super Mario Odyssey will be in close proximity within the next month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not too far out there. I could see that.
Even though they had the Pokemon event a few days ago, where it's very lackluster, a lot of people were disappointed with the 3DS announcement for Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra for 3DS.
Some people got excited for Pokken, though, right?
Oh yeah, and actually, I will buy Pokken Tournament again for the Switch. I think it's a better console for it. But very disappointed that they didn't have any other Pokemon announcement. But I think there will be a Switch title Pokemon in the Super Mario Odyssey.
Priming the pump for that. I think we're gonna hear something big for that.
You did not invent the phrase "priming the pump."
I just did, man. Right then.
Okay.
Canadians taking credit for everything.
All right.
Mike,
So-
what you got?
Just so you know, Eugene, it's been pulled off of their site, but there was a leak rumor going around that the Xbox Scorpio would be $449, which is what I predicted. So
We will see. We will see.
I can't see 400, man. It's like giving it away.
It's gonna be a higher price than all you guys are guessing. Mike would
No.
probably be the closest.
Well, of course, you live in Canada,
I
so
can't-
it'll be
I
like
can't see it.
$800.
I really can't see it being any higher than 500, and that's pushing it. I really do think.
It can't be higher than 500.
Yeah. So I mean.
We'll see.
So you're thinking,
We'll see
Seriously.
very soon.
My last real prediction is I believe that somebody is finally, and I've heard a little rumor in the wind that somebody from is going to release a good tennis game by the end of the year. Finally, another tennis game.
It already
It's-
exists. Mario Tennis.
Yes,
Whether it's
for the Nintendo.
Virtua Tennis, whether it's Topspin, a new Topspin, something is going to come out that's going to be very decent by the end of the year. That way, we have something to play online again.
Does Rockstar Table Tennis count?
I wish it did, man. I say that almost every episode, but and Tyler just sighs, so I don't know.
because it's like Rockstar makes all these awesome like open world games, and you guys want table tennis out of them.
Tyler, did you play ping pong? Did you
No,
play Rockstar?
but
Did
I want to play Red Dead 2.
play ping pong?
We're not even going to talk about bully
All right.
rumors.
All right, for me, my last one, my last like legit prediction is that the Xbox Scorpio, and this is going to be a little bit of what Gene said. I think there's going to be multiple versions of it at launch, and I think there's going to be something VR related with it. But I think the cheapest base version of the console is going to be $399, whatever that was. But the cheapest.
That was Graham. He was excited.
50 Shades of Grey audio
I
book.
know. Wow. Like the cheapest base version of the console is going to be $399 US. I think they have to, and I think they're willing to take a loss on it to just narrow the gap
To win the holiday.
and to completely change the conversation about, because here's why, and this is part of the article I wrote a couple weeks ago. In 2013, the entire argument was price and power.
Uh-huh.
Right? So PS4 the most powerful console, and it was negligible, but it was. And they had the best price. So why would you not go there? So there is no way the PlayStation 5 is going to come out for $399 at the type of power that we're talking about here. Not a chance. No chance. It's going to be a $500 console or more if they want to make any money on it. So if Microsoft is smart, they say let's go for it right now. And they come out at $399 with the most powerful console ever made, and really bridge that gap and change the entire conversation. And then what's going to happen? Is it all of a sudden going to be, well, it's too powerful or whatever? And no, I mean, you got to stay with the same rules as you had in 2013.
Okay.
So it's either the most powerful or it's the cheapest, and I think Microsoft needs to do both. So the other part of that is the release date. I don't think it's going to be in that November holiday window. I think it's going to be earlier, whether it's the October thing we talked about earlier, or I could see them coming out late August, early September, right with Forza.
So I don't want to add like another prediction, but I think with the title Scorpio, they're going to release it within a window of the dates that the Scorpio zodiac symbol falls into, which would not be
What is
October
that?
17th. It's from October, I think like the 24th through November, like the same time period, like late November, late October.
That's
Okay.
interesting. No one made that connection before.
That's an interesting theory.
Scorpio,
I like
That's my theory. That's why I think they came up with a Scorpio title is for that.
Yeah.
Eugene, have you been studying that stuff since we went
No.
to Area Specific?
No, I have not.
No,
That's
it's
right, we
his
didn't- yeah.
girlfriend.
I know what you're referring to.
Tell me
No, I have not. But that is just a light prediction that it's not going to be on the 17th like that video kind of hints towards.
Okay.
I think it'll fall into like a week later, which would fall into the Scorpio time frame for the Zodiac.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's get into our reach predictions. Graham.
Okay, I don't know. I guess this is a reach. I don't know how much of a reach or just wishful hoping, but the Nintendo will announce a Metroid game, and seeing this as a stretch, I'm gonna say for next year we will get a brand new Metroid game for the Nintendo Switch next year.
Okay. Eugene.
All right.
All right. I'll do it.
Mike.
Mike, go ahead.
I think Bethesda, right?
Bethesda.
No, Bethesda. Damn,
Bethesda.
I almost had it,
I
man.
cannot wrap my head around that saying it that way when I see the letters. I think that their new IP is possibly Western Wild West, Gold Rush, Spaghetti Western era.
Okay. I would love to see that personally.
Well, me too. Yeah.
What about
You hear that?
Tyler?
All right, for me, I'm gonna stick with Microsoft here. I've made no secret that I'm most looking forward to this conference, and not because Xbox is my favorite, but because this is the year that I think they built to, and I think all eyes are on them right now.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna come out swinging in a major way, and I think my reach prediction is that they're gonna announce a major agreement with Steam for Xbox Play Anywhere.
Makes sense.
And
Maybe
it's
Xbox Play Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to expand the number of titles that you can play by something we can't even imagine right now.
Right.
That's what I see. And then just mini prediction, and this is more want than think.
You only get one, dude.
I know.
It's gonna be Halo 6.
Halo
It's gonna be
6.
Halo 6.
Halo 6, they're gonna drop a bombshell and announce Halo 6 as a launch title for the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm back.
You're back.
Sound effect.
I was wondering.
Well, that's all we got for today.
You lost your turn. We'll see you guys next time.
Alright.
I am now unmuted.
Take us away,
I
Tyler.
was talking and I'm like, why are you guys ignoring me? What are you guys... All right. So my stretch prediction, Steam support is coming to future consoles, and it's going to start with Microsoft. It will be at launch of Scorpio, and Half-Life 3 will be a launch title.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Sorry, that Half-Life 3 is never happening.
That would be
Scorpios,
awesome.
You will not be able to buy a Scorpio because they will be all sold out, and they will be on eBay for thousands. You won't be able to buy one because of the Steam announcement.
Think of it if they announced
I'm not buying
that
one for
deal.
$1,000.
Think of it if
Just
they
keep
announced
that.
that deal. That would be friggin' amazing.
So here's my theory. Like, it is a stretch, but Steam, I think it's already it reached its pinnacle a year ago, 2 years ago. That they've invested all the money into it. That they still are making money with it, but they've got to expand now. They saw that they don't have a lot of people playing PC. So they need to expand their horizons and go into console games. It won't be full-fledged Steam support, like you can download so let's say that the Scorpio will have full-fledged Windows. You won't be able to like download Steam and play Steam through that aspect, but there will be like a Steam app where you can play a select few titles of like some PC games that were not available on console and play it through the Scorpio. Mm-hmm. And I think the Scorpio would be the console for it. I don't think Sony would support it. They would view them as a competitor, but like I said, stretch. It is a stretch.
And Eugene, yours is actually pretty close to mine. And I the one thing I was going to dispute is what you just kind of cleared up was that this isn't going to be all future consoles. It'll be one or the other. Like there's going to be a deal signed, and it's going to be for exclusivity, and then Microsoft's going to be the one to do it because they're going to have Windows 10 ready to go already on that console.
Yep.
And it's just going to be a natural fit.
Yep.
So
with all of our predictions, I'm going to throw something else out there.
Wait.
So I'm going to put my predictions up on our Facebook page, Xbox Culture Radio Forums. Or
Gaming Culture Radio.
Radio.
Well, way to ruin it, Eugene.
Wow,
but hey,
you ruined it.
what I was thinking was you can view our article on Xbox Culture where a bunch of us and some other editors put up our predictions and our wants for E3. It's on the front page. But on Gaming Culture Radio forums, I'm going to go ahead and put up my predictions. Whoever here has the most predictions right, I will buy you one of the newly released games after E3. $60 limit. I will buy you a game if you had the most correct predictions.
All right.
So I'm throwing that up just to us. This is
Let
our
the games begin.
This is our this is our internal bet. Okay.
All right.
Deal. So
Take us away, Tyler.
And if I win, you guys have to praise me as being the best
we will.
NHL 17 player.
Oh, dude, that's
will.
never gonna happen.
Number one,
You stink up the
MVP.
joint like a
We will
cow
praise
just took
you.
a massive crap in a barn.
We will praise
Only
you.
the champion, the captain.
The All-Star. The All-Star. Is that how it goes?
If there was a coach position, we'd put you on.
We will. Hey, we will call you New Steven forever.
You can be the stick boy.
Oh boy, yes. You
We'll just-
yeah.
E3 predictions. # Eugene wins.
Equipment manager.
For mine, I'm just gonna say # E3 predictions, # champion, # all star, # bringing all of you to my level.
# silver platter.
Hashtag I'm the best.
All right. With that, if you guys would like to know what all that joke means, feel free to go to our Twitch page and watch us play NHL, and you'll understand very quickly what,
and you'll leave
what
very
all
quick.
that means. You'll probably leave very quickly, but before you leave, follow us. Please do that. So we'd love to hear your E3 predictions. Head on over to Facebook and join the Gaming Culture Radio forums. And let us know your E3 predictions. Ask whatever questions you'd like to ask and comments. And if we read them on air, you'll be entered for one of our many, many giveaways starting on Saturday with EA. We're going to have, so just to let you guys know, we're going to have episodes for the EA conference on Saturday. We'll have another one for Microsoft Sunday. Monday, we'll be posting two episodes actually. One for Bethesda and Ubisoft combined, and another one for Sony. Tuesday evening, we'll be posting one for Nintendo, and then Thursday we'll be back with a normal episode and go from there. But
I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about.
Yeah. If you go to Twitch and go to either the Respawn Network or our own Twitch page, Gaming Culture Radio, you will find that we're going to have pre and post shows for all the EA conferences, or all the E3 conferences, starting with EA. And look up the times for all those conferences and head on over. We're going to be starting those the pre-show probably about 20 minutes prior. And then we'll carry the conference live. And we'll have our post show right after to sum up what we just saw. So it's going to be an exciting week. There's so much cool stuff coming. And unlike previous years, there are like very, very few leaks, which is fantastic. It's going to be like Christmas morning for us as gamers. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we look forward to you being part of it. Please again go to our Facebook page, Gaming Culture Forums, and or Gaming Culture Radio Forums. Join that. See, it's a new name. It's a new name.
Go to our Twitter page and follow
at Gaming Cult Radio. Follow that and to ask questions. You can ask questions there too to be entered for our giveaways. And
during
finally,
the conference too, I'll be putting up tweets as well. So keep you informed. Let us know about the excitement.
And finally,
yeah, Graham's really good at giving the bird and stuff.
Yeah. And finally, head on over to xboxculture.net and PlayStationCulture.net for all the news during E3. That's all the plugs we have, I think. That's all the plugs we can botch for now.
It's not just me.
No, it's not. It's a new name, dude. This is our first episode with the new name. It's tough to have it come naturally. So, but I think we did all right. So anyway, for Mike, Graham, and Eugene, I'm Tyler saying thank you so much for joining us for episode number 52. By the way, 1 year doing this. Didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but thank you to everybody out there.
I even baked myself a cake to eat later.
One year of the podcast. Thank you to all of our loyal listeners out there. We appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And we thank you for helping us. We have a lot of big things planned, a lot of big things that are happening right now. Again, I've said it before, but we don't say it enough. It's all because of you that those things are happening. So
we appreciate
yes, we do appreciate you and your support. This has been episode number 52
Way to
of Gaming Culture Radio. For Mike, Graham, and Eugene, I'm Sonic. Thank you so much. We'll be back Saturday. All right, can I finish?
Woo!
We'll be back Saturday. We'll be back Saturday with our EA episode. Pre and post show on Twitch. Make sure you follow us there. Until Saturday, everybody. Have a great week. Stay safe and happy gaming.
See you later.
The best.